Allan and Neil, congratulations on the Sandman.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Neil, you wrote this over 30 years ago. How did you come up with a concept, and why has it taken so long to bring it to screen?
I came up with the concept because I was asked by DC Comics to write a monthly comic for them. And I had
no pressure.
No pressure. And I had this idea of somebody who lived in dreams. And I'd never written a monthly comic before. I'd barely written, I'd had like 3 or 4 stories published, and I didn't know that I could do a monthly story. So I thought, okay, well then let me come up with something that will let me go anywhere and do anything and tell any kind of story I want. And the idea of somebody who lived in your dreams and who had existed since the dawn of time, that seemed to be a great place to start. It took 30-something years to bring it to the screen, because over the years, many people have tried to make Sandman movies. Sandman was one of DC Comics' biggest properties. But the problem was they were always trying to take a 3,000-page story and make a 2-hour film of it. And by the time you've done that, you don't have much Sandman left. The magic for me and Allan was being told, okay, just make Sandman and make it in your own time and at your own pace. And we took the first 2 volumes of Sandman, the first 2 books, the first 400 pages. And that is our first 10 episodes.
So, Allan, we know why Neil wanted to be a part of this, but you've said you've always wanted this job. Why this job?
Well, I fell in love with the comics. I mean, what Neil did as a storyteller inside comics was essentially to reinvent what was possible. Alan Moore started it, and Grant Morrison and Jamie Delano. There was a whole wave of people using comics to tell stories in sort of modern ways that had never happened before at the same time. But the way that Neil came in and did it, it blew my mind in terms of what was possible narratively. The Sandman spans, you go from the dawn of time to the present day and beyond in some cases. There is nothing you can't do in this universe. And it, we've been talking about the lasting appeal of Sandman. And for me, what the Sandman has been the entire time is a very unique sort of love story. It's about a king, a godlike entity who over the course of those 3,000 pages learns what love is and learns how to love. And I think it was deeply resonant for me. And that's why I fell in love with the story. And that's why I think it's a timeless story and a very timely one we need right now, because it is about wanting and needing and learning how to make connections with other people.
Probably one, though, that you shouldn't watch just before you're about to go to bed. That's when I started this. And then I just went, what am I doing? What am I doing? Neil, are you ever freaked out by what you write? Do they ever come into your dreams?
They never come into my dreams, or almost never. Occasionally, I'm much more likely to go, oh, this is really interesting. And that's what it feels like to be Morpheus. Okay, that'll happen. But every now and again, I will be surprised by something that I've written if it takes me by, if I hit it from an unexpected angle. I got absolutely freaked out by the Audible adaptation of Sandman when they did it as an audiobook, when it just started playing at one point, and I found myself listening to the diner episode, and some very dark, awful things were happening, and I just wasn't expecting it. The phone started playing it itself, and that was deeply troubling. Yes.
Just finally, really quickly, Allan, Neil said that there's 3,000 pages that he's written. You've only looked at 400. My maths isn't great, but there's another 2,600 pages left. Are we getting another season?
Your math is fantastic. And speaking of numbers, if the numbers add up, if people show up for this, we will keep making it. We would love to. We are ready to. And we just would love everybody to tell their friends and bring them to the party. And if enough people show up, then the party will keep going.
I mean, I think right now, the best thing about Sandman is that the people like you who have just got to see what we've made are coming back to us and going, we love this, will there be more? And that, I think, is the best possible hope for another season.
chat to you for season 2.
Thank you so much.